to reflect on the question, what is unique about the Himalayan Yoga and Meditation Teacher Training Program? What is it that is making it unique throughout the world, and what is it that really makes it unique for Holland? Is just a thought that I'd like to share with you regarding the Himalayan tradition as I have practiced under my teacher, Swami Ritavan Bharati, who, as a disciple of the great master Swami Rama of the Himalayas, has brought a number of the esoteric yoga teachings into an understanding that the Western mind can more easily grasp, understand, and practice for their own personal self-transformation. So I would say that that's the first point, a relationship with the lineage, a Himalayan lineage that goes back 5,000 years and is traced through the master-disciple relationship, as well as the uniqueness of the teaching in a, once again, a relationship manner to which the topics of the teacher training program, the 10 subject areas, are interconnected and brought into, again, the association of how does it bring one to the awareness of themselves as a persona of many layers, as a persona of a true source of life and consciousness in the soulness or the Atman. How do such studies bring a truly an understanding of this awareness? We begin with a foundation topic subject which addresses many aspects of the yoga tradition, the foundation of the tradition, its basis for being understood in the Sanskrit language. Then we move on to the area of sadhana, making the application of that relationship in one's personal life through spiritual practice. Third is the practices themselves of yoga asana and meditation. Within that context, the unique relationship that pranayama has with these two, the asana and the meditation. And then another aspect is the understanding of yoga anatomy, and thereby more fully understanding truly the topic of yogasana. Then we look at the other areas of the yoga philosophy and yoga psychology. A philosophy of life applied becomes one's personal psychology, again based in the spiritual tradition. And lastly, the teaching methodology, how to become an effective teacher, how to hone one's skills, not only interpersonal with the students that they have, providing guidance for those students, but also very practically, how do I set up a yoga class, how do I set up a series of classes, developing the student over a number of weeks and months and years, as well as setting up a yoga studio. What are the applications to more fully understand this process? So within the context of the 10 subject areas, and within the context of the lineage as now brought forward through the grace of Swami Rama, the guidance of Swami Veda, and now through numerous teachers that have been trained over many decades that are now also being trained in Holland, and we hope to continue that training through those interested students and sadhakas for the future. The question of why Holland, why bring the teacher training to Holland, is actually to look at the history of Swami Veda's influence, you might say, through the Dutch culture. He was first introduced as a man in his 30s to take a master's degree and then a doctorate degree at the University of Utrecht, and he fell in love with the culture and the people, later to only return and begin his own teachings of the spiritual traditions within Holland as well. That being in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and then having worked with Swami Veda for a number of years, at that point I too was brought along with him to Holland in the middle 90s, 1995, introduced to the meditation groups that Swami Veda had been guiding for some years, and continued my own personal association with those students, developing a program by which those students actually then became teachers for the community of sadhakas there in Holland. Holland, again, is such a beautiful place with its natural environment, its culture, and its history. I've so much enjoyed learning more about the people, traveling through the country, being hosted by a number of people in different areas, and each area is so unique. Also, it's being influenced by the ocean and just water in general. There's such a fluid persona that the Dutch people have, that I've also enjoyed personal friendships with many, many Dutch people. So these, plus I hope to continue guiding and offering whatever teachings of the Himalayan tradition I can provide. I do hope that the Dutch continue to be leaders throughout all Europe in these areas of yoga, meditation, and sadhana.